welcome. This is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com, and I am so happy you are here. We are going to be working in today's class with Easter cards. I know that I've done one extra video for Easter cards, and I will be linking it up here so you guys, actually it's up here, I think. I'm sorry. I'll be linking it up there so you guys can access it. I think that I'm going to create kind of a series again of Easter cards. I do send a lot of Easter cards to, just to friends and family. And I am just thinking, might as well make them with you and we can share some time together and some tips and some good fun. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I'm sure some of you, if you've been here before, you know that I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and there's a lot of stuff happening at Stampin' Up right now. So I just wanted to share those things with you. Just give me one quick second. Perfect. So as you can tell, we have this new kit. It's called Robot Buddies. I'm really bad pronouncing that. I'm sorry. And you can make, same as always, it's 9 cards that you can create. This is specifically for kids. It even says Robot Buddies Kids Card Kit. But it has all this, and that's why I had it a little bit, I'm just trying to make this a little bigger so you guys can see. Each card kit brings the bases, so an 8.5 by 5.5 base that is already scored, and you can make your cards. It has a stamp set, it has some rhinestones, it has 2 actually ink spots. It brings some die cuts here for you to play with or for the kids to play with, and these spots to place your sentiment. So I really think this is an awesome opportunity to get your kids into crafting, to get your kids to play, and also why not to get your kids to send cards, thank you cards, and cards for their friends if they're interested. So that's the first thing we have going on. This just came out recently, and I figure it was a good idea to bring it up to your attention. Now the second thing is the Waves of the Ocean suite. It will be available, or it's been available since March 1st, and it will be available all the way to May 2nd. And this is just a gorgeous suite. Let me move here a little bit so you can see. Look at those papers. It has some foil paper and blue, and it has some beautiful designers use paper. Let me move a little bit, I'm sorry, up here, so you can see better. This is the stamp set, and these are the dies. It creates beautiful waves. I don't have it yet, but I've seen beautiful cards in Pinterest. So if you're interested, go and check it out. This is the paper, and these are the foils, and they come in Coastal Cabana, in Night of Navy, and just plain silver. Now look at those gems. Oh my goodness, I'm in love with those gems, by the way. I am not kidding about that. I already got them. So really beautiful suite to get. I think the whole price for the whole suite that includes everything that I just shown you, it's $79.25 in the US. And finally, I wanted to talk to you about the savings are in bloom, and this is just a sale we're having for the month of March. It will end on March 31st, and we are giving 20% off certain bundles. And when we call bundles in the Stampin' Up world, it means a combination of your stamp set and the dies. It could be the stamp set and the punch, but in this case are the stamp set and the dies. And as you can tell, we also have on sale the mini stamping cut and embossing machine, which is also 20% off. So from $60, it's being reduced to $48. And these are the bundles that are on sale. And I just want to show them to you super quick so you can see what is available. I do have the Beauty of Friendship, very, very beautiful. I've used it a lot for Thanksgiving, and it's wonderful for mail cards too. And I also have the Sweet as a Peach bundle. You have seen me use it several times. I think the last 3 videos I've used it, maybe, or at least one that I'm completely sure of, but I can tell you we're going to use them today. I really, really like the flowers it brings, and it brings also the dies for it. It's just very, very useful for general cards. If you are like me and you're just starting, you know, you have to really work with what you got, right? So that is one of the things I got, and I use it all. So these are the bundles that are on sale, okay? So how about if we get started and move to our crafting table? Okay, so we have three cards today. We are going to be using the paper from, and I'm going to show it to you real quick. It's in our annual catalog, so it's been there for a while. It's from the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper. And by the way, the bundle, so the stamp set and the dies are on sale. But this is the paper that comes with it, and I have to tell you, I really like it. It's very springy. So the colors it matches with are pale papaya, fresh freesia, and as you can tell, soft succulent, and also evening green. It has also some bumblebee that you can see here. And let me see, this is also the polished pink. And in some of here we have that Blueberry Bliss that I really, really love that color. So this is the paper. Let me show you the other sides, and they are mixed and matched because I was working with them yesterday. Very useful for spring and for our for Easter cards, of course, or every, you know, if you just send springy cards, that too. I just have them for my spring cards, not spring cards, I'm so sorry, for my Easter cards. So we are also going to work today with the Easter Friends. For some odd reason, this is the only Easter set that Stampin' Up came up with this in the mini catalog. And like I mentioned, I'm fairly new, so I'm just going to work with what I got. And this is it. Okay, and I know I've also shown you this. We've worked with this friend already, and we're going to work with the ducky too today. I think that the chick is the only one I have not worked with, and that's going to be it. We are also going to use, and I want to show you this specifically because I just realized it, and you can laugh at me, it's okay. So I am using our rectangles dies, right? I absolutely love them. I have them here in my in one of our Stampin' Up cases, and I bought this magnetic sheets from Amazon. They are all linked down below, so be sure to check them out. I may earn a minimal commission from it, but you know, it doesn't cost you any extra. So these are and by the way, these are our contour rectangles. I always forget their name. I need to put it here so I don't forget. I'm sorry. But this one I use a lot. And same as the rectangles. But I just found out, and you guys can laugh. It's okay. It's okay to laugh at me, that these are double stitch. So when you run it through the die cut, you will get a die cut that has the stitch. And let me just grab one of the ones I already have here. See, so it has the stitch, but if you just want to use, you know, the window or leave it as a window, it will also be stitched. So aha moment for Maria. That's why I saved this, just to show you how cool is that. And also it's for a great price because you get all these dies in this side. All these dies, you get them with your set. So really, really worth it. Anyway, so those are mainly the dies we're going to be using, and I'll present them as we go. So this is our first card we're going to be working with, and pretty interesting enough, I saw some other demonstrators have their stuff in very elegant plastic bags. I have chosen to just use regular Ziploc bags because this is what I have handy. So but I do think it's a great idea to have them there. So we are going to start with a very simple card, and here is those cutouts and those from stamps from the Sweet as a Peach. So I'm going to put these because this will go fairly towards the end. Okay, and this is a very simple card. That's one other thing. I am working today in simpler cards. I have noticed that I tend to go all over the top. I guess I really like more complicated cards. Or let me back up for a minute. I really like not complicated cards. Let's not call it like that. But I do really like interactive cards. And I like coloring very, very much. So I think I just go that route. And I figured that we all like different styles. And so I am pushing myself to do other style of cards that are not interactive. So here we go. Wish me good luck. We're going to start by stamping our beautiful bunny in our Stampin'Up. And this is the Smoky Slate. Okay, and let's get that a good stamp, a good push there. Remember not to roll. Okay, let me move this. Remember not to roll your stamp, otherwise you are going to get the sides dirty. And don't think that I don't get them dirty. I get them dirty often enough, but it may show up when you stamp in your cardstock. So a good tap is enough, and we are going to put this friendly up here. Let me move that so I don't make a mess, and kind of centered, and there he goes. And we're going to put him there because our goal is to put the Happy Easter here, and I hope it fits because I did not measure that one. So much for being ready and prepared, huh? So let me take off our Happy Easter from here. And if it fits, we're set. Oh my goodness. Man, was that close, huh? Okay, so let me grab an extra. I'm going to do it like this. An extra block. And these are the blocks that come with the paper pumpkin kit. So the first time you order with your paper pumpkin kit, you will get a block. Okay, so that's pretty cool, I always think. And I do want to create some color in here, and I have not decided completely what color do I want, but I am going to go with the polished pink. Hopefully it does the right kind of popping. It's a very simple. I always look, see what I was saying, don't move it. And I don't want to risk my my card right now. So let me gather a rag. I have tons of rags underneath my desk. Yeah, because I make a lot of messes, and I know I've said that in the past. Okay, so hopefully we don't make a mess. Wish me luck, people. And we are going to put our Happy Easter towards the bottom, and there we go. And I did make a mess here. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll put a sequin or something there, and that will help us cover that mistake. I have always said, and I hear many of our other demonstrators that work at YouTube saying the same thing. It's always handmade. It cannot be perfect. Okay, so don't forget to clean your stamps. I always clean it far away so you don't see how the mess, but this is how I have it. It is another Stampin'Up older box, but I have it there with some water, and it just helps me keep clean my stamps so they last longer, right? So we have these. It's pretty set up. Once it's there, it's ready. So let's go ahead and work on our other part of the card. This is just a regular A2 card. It's 8.5 by 5.5. It's scored at 4.25. Okay, and I am just adding some white to create the mat, and this white piece is 1/8 smaller. I will have, just as I always do, I will have all those dimensionals I'm sorry, dimensional is what we use to stick stuff. I will have those dimensions down below so you can reproduce the card exactly if you want to. But there is not a whole lot of strange dimensions. So this is just 1/8 below, 1/8 smaller. And what that means is that we have, it would be, let's say 5.5, it would be 5 3/4, and this would be 4 1/8. So let's use our Stampin' Seal Plus. And by the way, Stampin' Seal Plus, one of my favorite things out there. I cannot lie to you. It's a really, really good tool, and a really good adhesive is what I'm trying to say. And so don't, if you need a good adhesive to work your projects, don't hesitate to get it. It's awesome. And since we're talking about adhesive, I'm gonna recommend you get the craft, it's called the silicone craft sheet, I hope. And it is not an expensive buy, but it does help to keep your work table, sorry. It helps you keep it clean, because I have ended up many times with all sorts of adhesive around my workspace, and it just gets really, really nasty. Okay, this is the next spot, or the next step, and this is again 1/8 smaller than our white. So that means it's 4, right? It will be 4 in here and 5 1/4. Okay, but don't worry, you don't need those measurements right away, because they will be linked below, okay, in the description below, and they will also be in my website at mariascraftingcorner.com. okay. By the way, if you're liking the video, be kind enough to give it a thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. You know how it helps everybody that works here in YouTube. It helps a lot. So do give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And if you're interested in more videos, do subscribe to the video. I would appreciate, subscribe to my channel. Sorry, man. I don't know what I'm saying today. Super quick, I used the rectangle die that measures 3 4 3/8, and that's this one. So I made this one 1/4 bigger. So there's some, you know, the 1/8 of an inch is really good, but if I just wanted this Fresh Freesia to pop a little bit more, and so I used this one, and then again this is a little bigger, which means this is a 3 1/8 by 4 5/8. okay, and we are going to put this in these. This is going to go in dimensionals. I always like a little popping, but we're going to have some flowers around, and I do hope, see, they're not the same things, and we're going to cut some of these, but I do hope that that brings, now you know what, I'm thinking we may want to put it all up instead of just this video, this bunny. So let me, oh, see, things don't work when you do them backwards. So let's do this. Okay, and we are going to put it in our Fresh Freesia cardstock piece. Oh my goodness, that was a little took me a little bit forever. And we are going to put some, now it's dimensionals in here. I always say don't skimp them, don't. If you're able, I understand they're not like the super or the cheapest, but a few extra ones will save you from the card to not do well when it goes in the meter, right? And maybe I'm too exaggerated, I can be, but I know for sure that my cards are going to make it nicely. Now, here is one of the best tools that Stampin' Up has, and it's called Take Your Pick. It is, obviously, it has a pick that you can replace. It has a spatula, and it also has an extra, let me show it to you, an extra piece here, a roller. I don't really know how you call this. I am sorry about that, but you can use it to help get some of your flowers a little rounded and whatnot. So this is also comes with the Take Your Pick, and it has some putty here that you can pick up stuff with. Well, that's not making me, well, let me show you. There you go. Now that's how you pick it up. Anyways, very, very useful tool, worth it. It's like $10. One of the best things you can do and get. You can use it to take the backings from the dimensionals very easily. I am not an expert doing that, but I'm training myself to do it every time because it's so much better. And I used to call it in some of my previous videos my magic wand, and I still think it's like really a magic wand. It works wonderful, so don't forget to get it. So we have here our bunny, and we're going to just center it best as we can. I'm trying not to get my big head in front of you, and that's it. And now we are going to play with, let me move some of these here, and I just made a lot of them. I always tend to make a lot of these cuts. I just feel that it's so much easier to have a lot of them instead of like, oh my god, now I need to go and, you know, die cut and stop some more. So these obviously are very big, and that's one of the reasons why I love to be able to just go ahead and play with them and cut them. So let's see. I am glad now that I think about it that I was able to do some of this. Let's see. Where do I want this friend? Do I want it towards there, towards here? I think that's our first one. And of course for this one I'm going to use glue, and this is our multi-purpose glue that it's really strong adhesive, and there you go. Let's go for it. And so we're going to put some in here in that corner, and because we have that corner and we can put one of these flowers, and actually we can put one there, and I am thinking I want a bigger one towards the corner in an dimensional. There's nothing as fun as decorating a card, I have to say. So these flower, yeah, I put it right, is going to be attached to the other layer, not to this layer. That's why it has a dimensional. But that way I can put it up here. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay, and we are going to, I'm not sure, I'm thinking getting something there because of course I made that ugly mistake, Maria. Seems like I'm brand new. Looks like I'm brand new. Now these dies are made, let me show you here since this one is completed. As you can tell, they're separated, and one of the reasons is because that Sweet as a Peach bundle obviously has some peaches on it, and so the whole goal is that you can place some of these in different places where these seem to be like where it would make sense to get you know, like fruit or whatnot. So I am just showing you how useful it is. I have used them a lot, just cutting them and using as just stuff to decorate my card. So I have done this in the past. I guess what I'm trying to say is I've used this set so much in the past that I know more or less where I want to cut and which ones I want to leave, you know, intact. But I tend to, oops, not there. Tend to just take this one, and then I do remove this one usually, because that way that gives me an extra leaf that I can just put anywhere, and it's super convenient. See, so we'll leave that leaf there, and we just got this extra piece. Very, very useful. And I obviously can't go off the margins here, but I would like to do something inside, and I am not sure how I'm going to do that. And I think that these calls for some furthermore there. Okay. I think I'm going to do that there, and we have that leaf up there. And so before I glue this, I am just going to remove that leaf. Okay, that's how it's going to go. So that way, again, we don't have any issues when we send our card. Now, I am going to cut the leaf that we already had previously detached from that set, actually, or from that, and I am going to put it in here. And since we just did cut this one, no, I don't know, let me try this instead. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. That one already had some glue in this one up here, and we're going to do backwards now. So what I mean is we have the Fresh Freesia flower, which is going to go underneath towards the bunny, and we're going to get the polished pink on top. And this time we're going to use another dimensional, and this time it's going to be popped up in this mat. So you have two different dimensionals creating dimension, but there you go. Okay, we still have some extras here, and you know, it's crafting. In my world, what that means is you can play with it as much as you want, and you can, and there's no rules to it. And so I am trying to decide if I want to put some extra leaves, and I think I'm going to do that for the upper part of the card. We're just creating some interest on that area, and I'm just going to actually, let's move this and see if this is going to work well. And I think no, because then I'm just losing one leaf for no good reason, I have decided I may want this one here. I think I like it there. Okay, oops, I'm having some hard time to get it up, but here we go. I'm not sure if you're able to hear my dog, but it's barking. So if you can hear it, sorry about that. And that extended there. Now we have still quite a few flowers, and so I'm just wondering, where do I want the rest of the flowers? And again, one of the reasons, okay, I really like crafting is because of that. Now, can you see here how there is the spot that I was telling you that is white, like there's no continuity to, or not, yeah, the stem does not continue all the way to the leaf. So that is a spot where we absolutely need a flower. And because I have already mentioned I really like dimensionals. I'm getting another dimensional for this one, hoping the big one fits. It does. And we are going to put it in there. Okay. And so now the top is pretty busy, I think. And so all I'm going to do is maybe, oh, you know what? I had thought initially, would it be okay to just put like a little flower in there for the little bunny to be? And I think I'm gonna go with that. And actually, I am thinking, wait, oh my goodness, it's fighting with me. Maybe like this. You know what? Let me, okay. Oh my God. Okay, let's cut this one. Okay, this is going to go underneath the flower really, but I don't like that little piece in there. So let's cut that. We're going to get it there so it looks like it's just holding, not like that. Anyways, oh my God. Okay, just holding our little flower here. Okay, I think that's good enough. And of course, same as always, we need to put some rhinestones on here. And so I do have, and I'm sorry, I'm looking for mine. Here they are. These are the ones, oh my goodness, I forgot their name. But we're going to use them, even if I forgot the name. And we're going to use, you know what? No, let me go back. I do have these, and these are the rhinestones for the ink color. And I am going to use, you see it has kind of the same polished pink, and then it does have the Fresh Freesia. Okay, so this belongs to these, the ink color. They're called the 2021, 2023 ink colors. And what that means is that they are matching these new colors. So what I have learned, and I'm saying it that way, is that Stampin' Up! Brings out new colors every so often. And I think it's once a year it brings certain colors, just to, of course, make it more interesting, right, for all of us. And so these, they have one a year. That's what it sounds to me. And let me put this one here. And what I am doing, I love that Fresh Freesia. I have to say Fresh Freesia is probably one of my favorite colors. Is I'm gonna set one there. And because I made this mess, let's try to get one of these. Oh, you know what? These are technically evening green. And so I'm just messing this up. Okay. Let's use the evening green ones. What do you guys think? Maybe there. Would it be too much? What you guys think? I kind of like it. It's close, and it's obviously covering a mistake, but like Lisa Curtius likes to say, and I love that saying, I will send it to my mama. And I'm pretty sure she's going to love it. So it's all good. And that's our first card. I am not decorating the inside because I am not sure yet who I'm going to send it to. And that kind of will make a difference of what I decide to put inside. So this is our first card. Let's remove all that away from here, and we'll start our second card. So all these cards are using, we talked about it, the Pansy Petals collection and a suite, and it's called, yeah, Pansy Petals Designer Series paper. That's how it's called. Okay, so let's keep going. We're gonna start with Pale Papaya, and this is the same. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4, right? And it's already scored. I just have it. and we are going to kind of create something different here, funny enough. So we're going to do these beautiful designer series paper, and on top we're going to put the white, so it's backwards, right? But I do, and I have already said many times that I like a lot blending, so I'm going to do some tiny blending on, let me make sure that that's correct, on here. And what we're going to do really is trying to give this just a pop and that white. Okay, so very softly go around the center, and that's all we're doing, is creating some interest in that white with the pale papaya, but not really so big or so flashy that it takes away from the image. See, it's just like a little bit of color in it, and I'm going to try to do a little bit more, and that was not supposed to happen. It's not bad. Let's see. Haha. A little bit more here. Okay. Just super soft. Pale papaya, it's already soft color, right? So it's not like you're making a huge difference here. So let me put that back out. We're gonna put the pale papaya here, and this is the one that we're going to stamp. Sorry, there's my bum folder. Our beautiful ducky, and we are going to use a, I want to say, Mango Melody, even if it's not the one. Let me see this. And you can try to put it here to see how's it going to look, right? There's no right or wrong in here, but okay, so here's our happy duck. This is very tight, as you can tell. So I'm making the most of it to try to put him there. There he is. Oh, what a beautiful ducky. Cleaning my stamp, like I've mentioned. That way we extend the life of our stamps. And you know what? I do want, and that's my dog again, I do want to put some green on it, but because of the kind of colors that we have here, and there's no greenery, I'm just going to use like kind of old olive. I think that that's going to match a little bit. And so these stamp set does bring these grass stamp, and we are going to use that super quick just to give it a little pop, so he's not standing on the floor, I guess. Okay, so we're going to put one towards here, one towards the middle there, and one towards there. I think that will do. Oh, maybe one here, so we have some extras. Okay, clean again, and we're ready with that the front of that card, I guess, or that initial piece. So we're going to put this away so we avoid messes. Very important. Let's put this card together, making sure nothing is popping up and going to damage my card. We will bring back the crafting, I always call it crafting, it's silicone sheet, and let's do that. And this, just as the previous one, is 1/8 smaller than our base. So base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, and it looks to me that this is a little rebellious, so we need our full folder to give it a nice crisp. One of the other wonderful tools from Stampin'Up is the bone folder. It's a no-brainer. Okay, so let's go back up. Just be mindful always that some designer series paper has a pattern in a direction to that pattern. In this one, it does not really make a whole lot of a difference, but always pay attention to it. That's an important tip. you can ask me how I found out about that. It's being many times where I ruined a card. Oh my goodness, look at that. A card because I was trying to because I didn't pay attention to that. And for some odd reason, I'm having a really hard time to do this very basic step. Now, let's put this friend. And so what is the silicone craft sheet? Why is it so important? Silicone craft sheet is important because nothing sticks to it. No glue, no hot glue, no adhesive will stick to it. So what that means is that we can use it and reuse it, and everything will get stuck to it, but then you can just clean it up and it'll be ready. And you know, you just, and again, like I said, you will not have your workspace all messed up. Now this one, I don't know if you can tell, this is a quarter smaller than the previous one, than the previous panel. So if we said that this was 5 3/4 by 4 1/4, this is 4. I am lying to you. No matter what, all dimensions will be down below. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I had to look at my cheat sheet there. But that's fine. And I did that just because I really, really like those flowers and I wanted them to give them a little pop-up in there. Now the next step is our friend here. And we are going to adhere these to that panel. So as you can tell, this is very similar cards with a little bit of change here and there, and then all of a sudden you have different cards, not only the colors obviously, or you know, the image that you're using, but we just changed here the dimensions and it looks fairly different, don't you think? And then we are going to place our ducky, just a little cricket. Now I am also using today, and let me show you, oh, I threw something to the, I am using these Happy Easter, and this Happy Easter belongs to, and I thought I had it here, but I don't. And it is called, oh goodness, World Dies. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I had them with me and I don't. Let me see if I have them right here where I can get to them quickly. I am not finding them, so let me see. Last check. I did have them here. Let me see. I'm just not seeing them for some odd reason. When I find them, I'll show them to you. Oh, I did. See, they're just here. It's called Word Wishes, and I have them in one of those magnetic sheets. But as you can tell, if you see the die, it's kind of really hard. Well, this one is easy because it's Thanksgiving, right? But it's kind of hard to tell what it was. So what I did is I just die cut, you know, an old piece of cardstock, put it in there, and now I know exactly which one is. So it makes it easier for myself, right? I mean, again, these are kind of hard to read on its own. Like if you see this, I don't know, it looks really weird to me. I can't read them, no matter what. I just can't read them. So I just got some of those magnetic sheets, that I told you that I have, and they're linked below. They're magnetic sheets. They also have their own adhesive, and so you can just plug them together, adhere them together, and they work wonderfully for these kind of things. And I just reuse the sleeve that it comes with. So this one is cut in Calypso Coral, and my thought, I have not really given it a whole lot of thoughts about where I want this. That will do. What do you guys think? I was thinking something like that, but now I am thinking no. And you know what? I just decided that I want these with embossed, and we're going to emboss it super, super quick. This is the Meadow Moments Embossing Folder. And so what I am going to do is, and this this is just to show you that even if you get something and you did not realize that you wanted it somehow or in a way, you can always get it the way you want it. You just have to, you know, rethink your steps and go forward. So we're just going to run these through the embossing machine, and I'm going to bring it up here. There it is. Very, very messy. As you can tell, I use it a lot. These are my folders. So because we're using an embossing folder, we're going to take these, oh Jesus, I forgot how you call this. Well, this piece, we're going to take it off, and it comes with the embossing folder, but as you can tell, obviously this is much thicker than any of the dies, and we're just going to put one of our plates here, the other one there, and we are just going to run it through. Wish me luck, peeps. This is going to be a little tougher because, oh, you know what, I had an idea, because this is so this is a little thinner than this one, and I'm going to use this one because there's three pieces of cardstock there, and I think it's just going to be really hard, okay, to get that going. Let's see if this works, and if it doesn't, then we'll have to give it a go with the hardcore one. Let's see. Not even a funny shape. So just give me 1 second while I'll do this, and again, wish me luck. It's going to be hard. I always say this is part of my arm muscles training. Woo! It didn't break, people. It's all good. Sorry about the big noise, big bump. And now we can, as you can tell, it's just half there, right? So we can just put it right there and make it kind of match backwards. Make it kind of match in a way, so you know the flowers are there. So you can replicate. It's really easy to use in that sense. And we're going to go around again. Wish me luck again. This time I'm going to put this one first instead of what I did before, just because all we need is a little bit of it, and so we don't really need to go through it all the way, right? And we go for it again. Muscle exercise. Going harder. And whew, there we go. Man, I'm sorry about that. Sorry about my head there, but we made it. I shouldn't have changed my idea then, but it's all good. I'm putting this back out there. That embossing machine is awesome, awesome, awesome. And here you go. And we just created some interest to it. I don't know if you can see it, but isn't it gorgeous? So for some reason, I seem to have lost my Happy Easter. Wait, I found it. Don't worry, people. I found it. So a little bit of interest, super cool. We are going to, yes, you guessed it, pop this up a little bit with our dimensionals. Let me move our card there. I don't want to mess it up. And oh my God, look at the beautiful designer series paper. I know I mentioned it. Don't be stingy with your dimensionals. You don't want your card to not make it through in one piece once the recipient is going to get it. So look at how easy these backings come up when you use the magic wand. And by the way, I'm going to say this. I love two things about the dimensionals. I mean, I love many things about them, but one of them is they are thicker than the regular dimensionals. And I can tell you this with a lot of knowledge because I have been crafting for a very long time, which means I have been using all sorts of dimensionals before I found out Stampin' Up. And there you go. And really, really good quality. And the second thing is, just because I think of that quality, it is super easy to take those backings off. I am not kidding when I say I have had other dimensionals in the past, or you know, similar, and they are just a killer. Like, to take the backings off, you need, like, I don't know, extra classes of something. So I am trying to use this, but I don't see. Oh, here it is. So I have a really, really long, how you call this, pin to use for here, because every so often this gets really stuck. And so let me try to get it unstuck, because I don't want to make a mess with that. And I couldn't get it stuck. So that I just don't want to lose a whole lot of time. Let's use this one. It's just a little thinner, but we can do it, right? Just be careful with it. And what I did, I really just put some extra of the Tombow glue in that in that how you call it, recipient, yeah. So here goes. I'm gonna pick it a little happy like that and make Easter sort of like that too. Okay, super simple card, very cute though. Okay, again, very carefully. There we go. I love these colors. Okay, simple card, huh? Same as our previous card. I am not doing anything here because I just not sure who I am sending that in the future. So I always make sure to note that. Okay, now let's get going here. The last card we are going to have is this card, and this is, let's call it the one that has a little bit more steps to it, but it's still fairly simple. Okay, oops. So same base, just we're using Blueberry Bliss. This is a piece of 11 inches by 4 1/4, so we're using it the other opening, and just as the others before, it has a layer. This is an 1/8 smaller, and we're gonna go and do the layers, and we're gonna do this fairly quick. Let me see, that one looks good. As you can tell, I had already pre-embossed this one with the same Meadow Moments Embossing Folder. I do love this combination of Fresh Freesia and our Blueberry Bliss. That dark Blueberry Bliss is probably one of my favorites, and this one will go here. And so this is a little bit more complicated, just because I did try to create, it's not tags, I don't know how you call them. Like I mentioned before, I am fairly new to Stampin' Up. There's many things that I would like to have that I don't. And oops, that was a little bit crazy there. But I figured that you can work with what you got. We've talked about that in the past, and it is an absolute true statement. So I like, and I have a few of them because I was not sure how it was going to go. Our bunny is going to go here, and this is going to be matted. Okay, that goes there. And actually, let's take care of our bunny right now. We're going to use the gray granite. I just want it a little bit in a different color. Okay. Oh, good. Let's not make a mess, Maria. We'll appreciate that. And that's gonna go there. There he goes. Isn't he the cutest? I'm really kind of in love with it. Cleaning our bunny so it's safe and sound, taking away the mess and the dangers. And let's mat this. And so you see, I don't know if you can see it. Can you? I think you can. I had made a mistake, not in this card a while ago, and I just saved it. And I figured I can use it here because it's going to be not noticeable, right? So do not throw away your pieces. It is always a bad idea to throw away. Unless it's a really small piece, and then of course I get it. That's a different setting. So we are going to put a little bunny on top of this frame. Nobody's gonna know that it's, you know, been scored in the past. Quick. And okay, so we have these. Now let's put that aside. The concept of the card is to have like those tags. I don't know how you call them. But I don't have them. So the only one I have, and I want to show it to you because I mean it's from a previous die set. It's from our previous catalog, and it's called why do I always forget its name? Sweet Little Stockings. And it was so beautiful. It had like a dog and a cat and a hamster. So this is the piece. So I wanted to use this piece, and I thought, oh wonderful, I'll just use it and then recreate this. And I didn't do too bad. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad. Now I recreated these with our basic borders, and I just used this one here. Okay, now I also created this one just using, you know, cutting dimensions. You just cut one smaller than the other and use that same just backwards. It's not perfect by any means, but it's very cute. Okay, so I have those two options for you, and you just get them and run it through the our cut and embossing machine. Really simple, really cute. So if you don't have those dies, and I don't even know if we still have them, you still have options to create something similar. And then I decided I wanted yeah, this one here. So I am thinking this one will go in here like so, and then that's where I was debating. Do I want this one that is much bigger and then our bunny here, right? Okay, so let's think about this for a second, because I did want to, and I made a mistake. It's fine, nobody's gonna judge us. Let's put this, let's mat this right now. Okay, this is one of those patterns that I was telling you about that has a direction, right? So if I put it like this, and in this case it doesn't matter because I can just move it, but do be mindful. Or for example, this embossing folder do have a direction. So let's go ahead and mat this real quick, and these are 1/8 smaller. Again, dimensions are included below, and I am just going to mat these two, and I'll tell you why, because I am still not very sure, oops, which one I want, if I want this one or if I want the smaller one. So let's try it with both of them. And I did that one wrong. I'm pretty sure you realize that. Just lucky that I didn't go all the way. And see which one looks better. Okay, so we have these two pieces. This is the longest, and I envision it all the way. Okay, I wanted this one maybe here, but it's too thick. So maybe this one. I think this one is a better option. And then we'll put our friend here. And I had thought of just going around with a little piece of old ribbon I have around. Hey, you know what? This is not a bad idea. Let's hook these two together for now. Okay, let's see this. So this one here, we're going to put some of that Stampin' Seal Plus right there, and guess what? We are going to tie it together. Why not? This is probably like 20 inches of ribbon, old ribbon I had, that kind of matches these color. And by the way, I had discovered something really funny. I noticed that I am not good making bows, the smaller bows anyways, that they look cute and workable. So there's that. I want it like this because so it kind of goes like that. Does that make sense? Instead of the other way around, instead of this way. I think I want it like that, so it goes that way. Okay, so we have a little bow there. We'll cut it here in a minute just in case I don't like it. So let's glue these. And yes, I am going to do the Stampin' Up seal that it's kind of fighting with me, which is fine. It is much harder to do this once there's like an elevation. I feel that it needs to be all the way through. Okay, so I'm making that up there. Let's try to see if this works. That worked well. Okay, so we put enough in there, and so what I am going to do is I'm going to try to put this in here so it doesn't move. Okay, so this is what we are creating. Inch there, an inch there, right back there. And now it's time for our bunny, and our bunny is going to go right there. And you know what? I think I didn't want it to move, but now I want it to move a little bit. So we can work with that in a minute, because I want him more in the center. What do you guys think? I didn't do the other one. Did you see this? Huh. I am not sure what I'm going to do right now, but it all has a solution. I had envisioned this way, so let's keep it that way. Let's not make it more complicated. Let's go ahead and do the loop a little bit to here, more toward the end, because we want the little bunny to move. Okay, and like I mentioned, I don't know how to make bows. I had practice, but yeah, sad moment in life when you realize that you don't know how to make bows. I do make tons of bows, like bigger bows, but smaller bows, not very successful. And I think it looks much better like that, like so. Okay, dimensionals on this piece, of course, same as we had talked in the past. Don't be stingy. Not worth it. Okay. And we're going to use our magic wand. My little grid paper moved. My magic wand that had disappeared, but we found it real quick. See, don't you just love it? Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how many times I've struggled trying to take the backings of it, and really not the ones from Stampin' Up, but oh Jesus. Okay, we're going to go with our initial idea, so we can see paper, the embossing, other paper, and our little bunny, right? I think it looks super cute. Let's cut this one, since it looks like we managed to get some. And by the way, this I know now where I got this. This ribbon was from my brother-in-law's wedding, long time ago. So funny. Their kid is like 4 now. So anyways, there's that. So I had and I don't see it here, and I'm wondering what I did with it. But of course, the only advantage of having these, I have decided that I want to keep these ready for work, right? And so in this case, let's make this work. Would that be, I'm not sure, I feel it's too big. We have circles, we have this one. Oh, I think this is the one I had in mind, and I don't know where I put it. So much for having everything ready, right? These are leftovers from older paper pumpkin kits. Oh, this one will do, I think. If we do it like this, maybe. Okay, I don't know if you're seeing it, but it's bugging me. I can't see that this is not straight. Okay, so let's straighten it up. There we go. Much better when it's straight. I want this one. I think that if we pop this up, it will look good. I think I like that little bit of gold in it. And we're going to use the same Happy Easter, so hopefully it fits in here. I think it may not. It may. Let's try it. Thankfully, we have a few of those. And I'm going to use the Blueberry Bliss just to keep some continuity. I mean, I know I talk about that all the time, but it's one of the other wonderful things of Stampin' Up, and it's that the matching, right? The colors are the same. So if I say Pale Papaya, it's the same Pale Papaya in the stamp ink set, in the paper, in the ribbons, in the blends. I mean, it's just so easy to create a card where everything really matches. So let's go here. Wish me a lot of luck. And oh, it fit. Good news, people, good news. Okay, we got that ready. I am wondering where my little rag went to. I am going to put this here with the embossing machine. I don't want to lose it. This has to go because definitely danger zone. And yes, you guessed right. We'll need to put these on dimensionals. And I do have, I'm just thinking a little bit out loud. I'm not going to take their backings just yet. I'm just wondering if it needs to be on top of it. And if it needs to be on top of it, we'll need 2 of them. Magic wand, at least 2 in this side. So, no, in all of them, and we'll just use, oops, sorry there. Let's move this here so you look at it. What do you guys think? Please tell me which of these you like the best. And you know, which ones are you going to try? I would love to see your comments with pictures of cards similar to this, so we can share, because this is what Stampin' Up is all about. Stampin' Up is about creating community, and that's what we're doing here, creating community. Okay, and I am putting that there, and I think that looks gorgeous. And by the way, I'm just going to use a flower here, and I'm going to use, yes, you guessed it, another dimensional in here, and we're going to put that flower there, and it just gives it a nice little distinctive touch. I do have, and I want to show you guys this, and you've probably seen it. So Stampin' Up has, and I just got this, let me put it this way, I just got this today. These are called Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials, right? And these are the silver ones, and these are the clear ones. And since we already put some gold in it, I'm not going to use what's the name of that? The oh, Jesus in heavens, the silver ones. But let me show you something. I'm going to cut a few here, because what we are going to do is we are going to color them. What do you guys think of that? So we're going to use our dark, and this is our Stampin' Blends. So Stampin' Blends come in pairs. They're $9 a pair, and they come a darker one, and a lighter one, so it's easier for you to play with them. So, but we're going to use our dark one real quick, and we're just going to color them. And we are creating our own rhinestones. What do you guys think about that, huh? Bet you didn't think of it. Okay, and we need to give it a second. Let me get it. A second go. But this is a great idea to create your own your own rhinestones that they match, right? And so again, we'll have to give it a second go, over and over, a little bit here, a little bit there. Oops, I'm just struggling with it. And same here. Okay. By the way, I lost my magic wand once again. Don't worry, it always shows up. That's the only advantage. But it's right next to me, just in case you were wondering. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it. You know what? I just found out. Look, I have one here, so I am going to use that one instead in there. And it's not the Fresh Freesia, but it was just there, and so I think that let's go ahead and use that. And I am going to go ahead and use another big one here, because that's where our boo-boo is. And let's see, something got in the back of it, there you go. And I want to use another one, maybe a smaller one down here. Okay, and we'll save these for another occasion. That just happens because I had that one probably just fell off my previous one. Okay, so we have 3 cards using our Easter friends and the pansy petals. What do you think? Okay, let's put this one here so we have the ducky in the middle, since it's just one ducky. Everything will be linked to below. I always put some extra things I use with Amazon. So for example, the magnetic sheets and some other things that are not sold by Stampin'Up, and you can absolutely look into those and see if those work for you as well. And do let me know in the comments again which one you like the best. And if you are going to recreate something similar, please post them back in there so I can hear about it. All the dimensions and everything will be down below in the description, and it will also be linked to my blog post at Maria. Let me do this real quick. At mariascraftingcorner.com. So I hope that you know, you go and visit me in my blog and work with it. And bottom line, I'm probably going to create some PDF tutorials. These are pretty simple, and these are the cards that will work creating those tutorials, but at least you have something that you can download and have the you know, all the instructions and the cutting dimensions and all whatnot together in one place for you to read. So this is my my 3 cards for today. Remember, I'll probably do another wiper card next week, and maybe another session of our beautiful Easter friends for my extra Easter cards I have to send. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you really like this video, and subscribe to the channel. It's a lot of fun. I try to bring up new tips, new ideas for you to try. It's just inspiration, and we can all create together. And again, just give it a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell if you want to know when I am coming, or when I'm uploading a video. And have a wonderful night, and thank you for stopping by.